I'm not complaining, but she's super controlling of her kitchen. Like, the refrigerator is so full of just stacked, just so full of stuff. And so she got mad at me. I went down there to talk to her. She's just crazy and obsessive about stuff. And she said I'd spilt stuff on the stairs, and I said, well, I didn't see that. And then she said, well, I said, there are some dog hairs. I'll go clean up the steps. And she said something about don't spilling stuff on the rug. My coffee just spilled on the rug. I didn't eat dinner. I'm going to try to, I don't want to eat, I kind of feel like if I go in that kitchen, I'm going in her space, and she's very protective about that. And I want to try to figure a way to bring my coffee maker back upstairs so I don't have to go into her kitchen. I just think that would be better. And she's nice, and she even called me to come down and eat. I think she likes to cook and eat. And I said, well, sometimes if I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight. But I've sent her a few videos, and she just will not open them. I'll find something I think she would like, but she's so closed off. And, she says she's an artist, but she's not. She's not. She said, oh, it's political. And I'm like, well, what the fuck do you think I've been doing? But she won't open it up, and she will not look at my website. And finally, I told her husband, I said, I've tried to share a few videos, and I gave him my card. I said, if you want me to send them to you, because she won't share them. And I think because she's, like something happened in the bathroom. I know the toilet wasn't, I tried flushing my pee, and it didn't flush a couple times. She says, well, I'll just tell her that you were not flushing because you're saving water. That'll be better. And I was like, she's going to lie about the truth? Why not just tell her the truth? And some people spin such yarns that it really messes them up, and then they know not what they're talking about or their feelings. I mean, so if she's going to lie about that, what else does she lie about? And then I think she becomes obsessive compulsive about stuff because she just can't tell the truth. She's caught herself in such a lie, like Pinocchio. And maybe that's how she grew up. And my sister, the same way. I wrote my brother about trying to get Jennifer straightened out. Having the toolbox to conquer your feelings and put them out there and be criticized for them. That's the thing about sharing your real feelings and being an artist is it hurts. People are unkind. I mean, you have your heart and soul out there as an artist, and people are not willing to do that. And so I think she focuses on obsessive compulsive behavior, and it gives her an outlet, whether it's abuse of substances or whatever. I think that does have a lot to do with it. And, when I went to art school, we had critiques, and they were brutal. Some people said nice stuff, and you got over it. Okay. I think my eating disorder was something along those lines of like, you didn't see yourself. And I still don't see myself. I was looking at my dress today, and I said, you don't look so fat. Some people say you look pregnant, but it doesn't feel sexy, because you have a lithe body, and then all of a sudden you look pregnant and you've gained 20 pounds. But I am going to try to lose it myself without having to do anything. It would be nice if I could. But life is always tough, and I'm doing so good. I'm not like Shane McGowan and having a stroke and being in a wheelchair and stuff like that. I try to live and do healthy things to keep my physical self up. I'm wondering if I could go off lithium. I'm wondering if I talk to a doctor, maybe I could go down on lithium since I'm on clozapine, but have to work with the doctor on that. But yeah, I told her, I'm real nice. I'm like, let me go clean it again. I'll clean it again, So I try to curtail my real feelings and skirt around her issues without lying, but also being considerate of her issues. And I think just easing away from being in their life so much. Like, it's nice to eat dinner every once in a while, but in general, I'm going to be working in the evening, so I won't see her that much and things like that. That way, she can't try to control me like she does. And she can't help it. I know it's her way of being, but like I reached in the refrigerator and things just fall out. I mean, she's got it so packed, and then she gets mad because I spill something, and I'm just like, oh, this is a tough situation, and it's just better if I stay out of it, maybe once a week or something like that. We can have dinner together, but It was nice, but I also just feel the tension that she and her husband have with each other. And then I'm sitting there too, and I'm like, I can't be myself. I can't talk about stuff. If I try to be open and share things, she doesn't open it. And then they look at me and they say, well, art is political. And then she thinks she's doing all the stuff for the Democrats, and they're lying. They're on TV just lying. And she listens to politics all day long. She won't vary. I'm like, well, do you want to watch a video? And kind of like I sent her the dancing one of what's that guy's name? He's an older guy. I can't think of his name, but it's really funny. Fat Boy Slim, that one. She would not even entertain turning politics to that. And she's just so obsessive. I was in the hospital with a lady that she would wash her hands till they bled and stuff. Really, they had to hospitalize her. And this is she's hoarding. She definitely hoards. And then she'll pull out a piece of clothing to give me, and it's just like, what strings are tied to this? And definitely not my style. But I like her. We're friends. But when I had an eating disorder and I had friends, and the Georgia thing is, I just don't want to put my energy to try to fix it because I've done everything I can. And now I need to step out and just kind of let the cards fall where they do and hope that she gets help. But, my status as an artist, if she comes to me and wants to talk, I will be willing to entertain a short conversation, but I'm not going to go into that the rat's nest. And I mean, they were sitting in the kitchen like they were letting the rats live in the house, and they're just that sick. And going back in there's not going to help them. So they need to venture out and live a life. Day needs medicine. He needs help. Georgia's totally dependent on her parents for the house and the car and the food and everything like that. So, that tragedy, I tried to be her friend. I did it as long as I could. And when she treated me the way that she treated me, even though Day was so abusive, I'd open my eyes like this. I can't trust her. And then my daughter Hillary's having troubles. I mean, she needs some counseling and see where that goes with her. She didn't have a dad till she was 6. And then when she did have a dad, Jerry, he was not sufficient for her. And she's in a relationship with Matt that he's dating a real pretty young girl from college alongside her. And she feels lesser than. I mean, because she's big. She needs to lose a little weight for her health. I don't like it, and I don't think he has energy or money to do both. I don't think he's got the money or the energy to entertain my daughter, her farm, the kids, and then he wants another baby. He's not doing it. He can't afford that. And Hillary should not feel like she's playing second fiddle to some girl on the side. And existentialism is not appropriate. Hillary needs to feel the number one space in his heart and his mind. And he's sick. He's got issues from his father. So until they get the Paul McCartney Linda thing going, I'm tenacious about this. But if I ever get money, I will support her, and I will not support him until he can remedy his heart to love her with all the love that Paul McCartney and Linda McCartney had. That's what my daughter deserves.